Mikel Antonio, the man who loves humping his opposition, scoring all of the goals. Find someone who looks at you the way Antonio looks at himself. Mo Salah, you little dancer. You don't really need to say much about the Egyptian king himself. He's always on it. Pontus Jansson.
Who the f*** is that guy?
Hugo Lloris. Bit of a Donny between the sticks, but maybe not behind the wheel. Gabriel Jesus. What is it with Jesus and nailing crosses? Because Jesus has somehow turned into the best crosser of the ball in the league. Are you mad? Mason Greenwood. Rotation risk, you say? His points definitely are not a risk, though. Marcos Alonso. He'll drive you crazy when you don't have him, as he just scores all of the FPL points when he plays. And he also drives a bit crazy himself. Oh dear. Ferran Torres. Who even needs Aguero when you can play a fourth choice winger up front? Oh, amazing. Sergio Reguilon, the Mr. Ham lover himself, loving the FPL points more, apparently. Said Ben Rama, Lingardinho version 2, you say? Nah, this is better, mate. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Chuck them all in a soup, mix it together, and you have made the best ever FPL team so far this season. With that team in budget and without a single transfer, chip plate, or even a captain selected, would have scored 286 points. Captain the highest scoring player in each game week with Salah game week 1, Antonio game week 2 and Torres game week 3, and you would now have 337 points. First in the world by 31 points without a single chip used as well. Now that is proper naughty. Even choosing the most popular captain in Salah game week 1 and 2 and then Antonio in game week 3 still would give you 322 points, meaning you would still be first in the world with, again, not a single chip or transfer used as well. So you could have got even more points. What? But let's actually have a chinwag with each of these nice gentlemen here, shall we? Yeah. To see how they got their points, if they might be good options moving forward, and also, but more importantly, why just because they have scored points so far and they're the top point scorers right now, it doesn't mean that they are the players we need to get in. So in goal, Hugo Lloris, the only keeper to keep 3 clean sheets so far this season. So if you have him, he's definitely a keeper for you. Yeah. But Spurs are actually in the bottom half for XG conceded, so most of this is due to the Lloris brilliance of making all of the saves. Now that isn't to say that he can't keep it up, but it is also saying that they need him to be on it like Sonic if they actually want to get those clean sheets. So might not actually be that reliable. So will he be able to keep this up? We're not too sure. But the problem is, one mistake and you're probably in the mud just because they concede in so many chances, and it still probably isn't worth paying his expensive price tag, which is actually on the up as well. Marcos Alonso. There is no doubt that when he is playing, he is one of the best FPL defenders to own out of anyone in the game. He is super attacking, mainly because he doesn't know how to defend, so that's all he does, but also in that amazing Chelsea defence as well. Now, he might have the most points out of any defender so far right now, but with Chilwell coming back into the team soon, and you'd assume he's first choice because he is just better, his minutes probably will be quite a bit reduced, which means his points will go down, and your disappointment if you own him will keep going up. And like, hey, I definitely wouldn't get him, especially saying his fixtures aren't amazing, but it's one to monitor. If he is actually starting over Chilwell in every game, then wow, he could be the one to get. Jansson. Now he is an interesting boy, right? As Brentford have kept 2 clean sheets in their first 2 games. And then Jansson also got an assist in the 3rd game, meaning himself has not blanked once so far this season. He's not been an absolute blanker. Well done, lad. But no one thought, and probably still doesn't think, that Brentford are going to be this absolute defensive unit to keep all of the clean sheets, right? And their fixtures also take the turn for the worst as well. So for me, it is definitely a socially distanced avoid all of the Brentford defenders, but probably more the lesson that we probably shouldn't target them. They're actually okay. Sergio Reguilon. Part of that Spursy defence to keep all 3 of their sheets extra clean in the first 3 games. 3 clean sheets in 3. Very impressive. But he has also been quite cheeky himself, racking up a few of those bonus points in there as well. Interestingly though, he has not actually been very attacking at all so far, with only 1 shot and only a total of 0.13 expected assists in his first 3 as well. So I don't actually see much of an upside in him over the likes of like a Dyer in there, along with their fixtures being quite wibbly wobbly flippity floppity in there. You know, they look okay, they're not amazing, but they're also not too bad. So it's probably not a priority for me but their defense is looking okay enough, I'd say. Mo Salah, the main reason he started as the most expensive player in the game here is just for his amazing consistency, which he has already shown. 2 goals and 2 assists for him so far this season, also being the second highest for XG and the second highest for expected assists out of all of the midfielders already, having the best expected points out of all midfielders as well. He has great fixtures upcoming still, so if for whatever reason you're an absolute cheeky boy and you don't have Salah in your team, yeah, don't stress, just get him in now, you're welcome. Mason Greenwood. Interesting one year, as most people, including myself, have actually avoided him for now. As we've all said, he's not quite nailed, you know. We don't know how many minutes he's going to get. But so far, he's played 90 minutes, then 89 minutes. Oh, that's pretty nailed to me. And also been arguably the standout performer in all of those games as well. You would expect a Rashford and a Sancho, or maybe even a Pogba left wing, to be the boysies to take up these attacking spots that Greenwood will no longer have. But for right now, I think he's actually pretty good. So he's still got good fixtures upcoming and been playing very well. So arguably right now is one of the best mid-price mids to go for. Wow! Said Ben Rama, aka Lingardinho Vibes version 2, or yes. As not only has he got all of the points on a run for the West Ham, but he has also now stopped getting the points now that everyone has got him in. I like it. They do have some nice fixtures upcoming, so it's still good to have, but also they do have Europa League coming up, so rotation risk is going to start coming into play. So it's probably a hold for most of you have him, but he's probably not the dead cert you must have him right now, just because of those worries and uncertainties coming up. Ferran Torres. How can a player get absolutely nothing against Norwich at home when his team has won 5-0 and even hooked off after 60 minutes, and then go and score 18 points the following game? Oh wait, no, I just realised he played Arsenal. That's why he did it, yeah. But an out-of-position Man City striker at only 7 million does actually seem like absolute dynamite, doesn't it? But then when you realise the Pep Fraudiola is managing him, that dynamite will probably explode as he's on the bench every other game. So he has the potential to do very well, but we're just not too sure how much he will play. Antonio! Don't really need to chitty chatter about him too much here, do I? No. With just the 4 goals and 4 assists in his first 3 games. What? Where when he is playing like this, he is honestly one of the best strikers in the world, never mind in the league. Although he is injury prone and they do have that Europa League coming up, it is definitely still not too late to get him if you don't have him. And when he is playing this well, you just got to keep him until he eventually breaks, which probably will be quite soon actually, but you know. Gabriel Jesus. Wow, what? I knew he was naturally a winger, right? But how does he actually look so good right now, where he has probably made himself first choice right winger over the likes of Mahrez and probably even a Foden when he comes back as well. He's been that good. What? Problem is though, he is quite expensive, gonna get rotated every now and again, and is a reverse out of position, aka a poo, not an oop. Also taking up one of those vital striker spots as well. So even though he's done very well, and I think he will have a very good season, it's gotta be a no for me. There's surely better options. And finally, DCL, who very surprisingly has actually stolen all of the penalties this season and has already scored 2 of them, which probably means he won't get a penalty the rest of the season, and oh well. Now, he might have been injured at the start of the season, and every game so far, and also injured again right now, but I think we can all say this could be a year that DCL gets on all of the goals. So with his upcoming fixtures upcoming, and if he is fit, it's quite unsure if he is right now, he could be the man to go for if you need another striker. So that is it for the team that has currently scored the most points out of anyone so far this season, and without any transfers or chips played and just the right captain selected, you would be first in the world. Oh, what? Yeah, that's pretty good. We've got players like Salah, Antonio and DCL in here who I think are massive buys if you somehow don't already have them in your team. Then we have some in-betweeners with the likes of Greenwood, Benrahma and Torres. Could be very good, but we're just unsure. And then also somehow some avoids in here in the likes of Alonso, Janssen and Jesus to an extent as well. So what does all of this mean and why have we chin-wagged with this team and all these players here? Well, the main thing I wanted to bring up is that just because a player or team has done very, very well so far, it doesn't mean that they will keep doing it, you know? But also, they might keep doing it. Or what? So it is up to us to understand how and why these things have happened, and we can try and use that to predict what will happen next. Such as Lloris pulling out a couple of masterclasses in goals to keep those Spursy clean sheets clean, even though their defence has not been great, so they might not be able to get that many clean sheets later on. Every single one of Torres' returns has also come against a 10-man Arsenal, so is he actually that good? And then even though Brentford has started very well in defence, it's mainly because they haven't faced the very good attacking teams yet, so might not be as us good moving forward. It's very hard to read into what is the best approach to go for this year in FPL and who will be the best players we need to go for. But the main thing to take away from this is that any player can turn it all around and perform on their day. So even if you haven't got off to a great start this year, it's definitely not over and you can still do amazingly. But also, if you are doing amazingly well already, go on, lad, you can go and win it, hey! There's still a bunch of things we don't know this season, which can also be season-defining with the likes of the GOAT Ronaldo returning. So all we gotta do is just try and keep on moving forward, keep on improving, keep an open mind, and everything should be all good. Insert cheesy, FPL is a marathon, not a sprint. Doesn't matter if you haven't done well, doesn't matter if you have done well, as long as you keep doing well, that is the main thing. And more of the main thing, as long as you're having fun along the way, then you are the real winner. Ah, yes. But that is going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. And also, remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.